The song is old, and the language, Basque, so ancient that linguists shake their heads and murmur about connections with Japanese. Jai-alai, the game the singers play, is old too, and perhaps the only thing in Miami resistant to change. Song and singers come from the roughly wrinkled countryside around the Pyrenees, old mountains whose stone bones are as seamed as the faces produced by a stern and stable society where one inherits, hoary but hardy, his father's games, music, and hat. An unlikely export, Jai-alai arrived in Florida as a gambling alternative for those jaded by dog racing. And the swing of the reed cesta and the crack of the goat-hide ball are part of a game almost as fast as the scurry of the greyhounds, and in the minds of the customers, almost as devoid of finesse as the mindless rush for the rabbit. A new two-man team takes the floor with every point, and watching through a glass wall, the combatants to be stare with the searching eyes to which fine points are big print. 40 years of watching have not dimmed the interest of Pedro Mir, who is both chief official and adopted uncle to the Miami Fronton players. Now, for you, taking charge of 40 men far away from home must be very difficult.
It's very difficult at times because, you know, for the first time these young kids leave their homes, and sometimes they feel a little homesick, but when they realize that they come to the place where they make the most money, and it's in American dollars, they really make them happy then.
When Mir is not soothing his players, he is splitting them, rearranging the pairings like a handicapper in the interests of wide-open competition. He must also determine when the injured, usually 10% of the roster, are ready to return to action. With 8 entries in a competitive revolving door, there are infinite possibilities to the devotee of the daily double, quinella, exacta, and big Q. For these fantasists, the simple pick-a-winner philosophy of the racetrack is cold coffee. With a mixture of calculus and superstition, one might make the big score, first step to the new life. Rooting for 2 teams in an exacta divides and dampens the fire of partisanship, which is why more time is spent watching the blinking of numbers than the saber-cut swings of cestas. The cestas whirl through arcs which sometimes look like the death throes of an octopus, and the players, though only half a daily double to some, leap with the springiness of a people used to racing goats up a mountain. The game is substantially a kind of feverish handball, and the officials, helmeted like the players against straw-propelled bullets, determine when the ball has bounced twice or fallen outside the prescribed area. To the fans, the most thrilling sight in the Fronton is the approach of a bet messenger bearing booty. These ladies, who will telephone your investments to the big dream broker under the roof, are among the many conveniences which make that one more ticket so easy. It is not even necessary to return to your seat. Closed-circuit TV surcharges the odds over the action. With 6 nights a week on the court and sometimes 3 or 4 afternoons, the players live a social life which would only occasionally arouse envy in a lighthouse keeper or fire watcher, and the bright lights of the hamburger palazzi are the limits of their public gaiety. They realize, too, that the public doesn't really appreciate their art.
I think the American, the people coming here for the gamble, I think they are not understand very well.
Don't you wish sometimes that you had a Spanish audience to see you?
Yes, sometimes.
What do you do with your time in Miami? When you are not playing, what are you doing?
I am playing every night here.
Well, there's the daytime.
In daytime, we have just daytime Sunday.
And what do you do on Sundays?
And Sundays, I go to boat, I go to sea, I want to relax.
But you don't have a social life?
Oh, yes, I have a social life. Yes.
What kind?
Some bunnies.
At the beginning of each of the evening's 12 matches, the teams give a traditional salute, received as would be a torero's dedication by the Animal Rescue League. And then suddenly, beyond the fourth wall is not a buzzing bunch of bettors, but a battalion of berets appreciative of the virile ballet of the ancient game, while the pop of the cesta and the scuff of the slipper beat a counterpoint to the shrilling of the pipes which marched the Basques over the mountains out of the mist of the unrecorded past. Hearing no pipe save the penny whistle of hope, the ticket buyers swirl through their own ballet, the one they hope will end with a tour jeté to the cymbal crash of a winning ticket. For the players, the winning window is the pay line, where their salaries, ranging from $12,000 to about twice that, are compounded of base pay and $15 bonuses for winning. In this game, learned in childhood, 10 big pay years is a long career, so it's not a bonanza even for its stars. But putting the bonuses away and going light on the hamburgers, the Basque may dream that he will someday walk the hill paths with the heavy tread of the solid citizen. Watch the dancing from a VIP table at the cantina. Listen to the pipes with the appreciative ear of the man who has nothing to do till it's time to go to the Jai-alai, and watch. This is Haywood Hale Broun in Florida.